Right, how you doing? It's P. Rose, 2038, just like I promised you guys. I was going to let you pick the topic of the show, and what everybody seemed to have picked is why you should never, ever get married.
Marriage upon marriages end up in court over divorce.
Although I kind of wanted to do the Dukes of Hazzard high-speed chase, kind of whatchamajigam, the high-speed chasey, how to get away. We might do both. You never can tell. But here we go, just like we promised, never, ever get married. Okay, we can talk about marriage. You want to talk about marriage? Do you want to know the truth about marriage? You can't handle the truth about marriage! But we're just going to debunk a few myths and misconceptions about marriage itself.
Marriage. My favorite topic.
You really want to know? So you really want to know the truth. Let's get into this. Why don't we start with, dearly beloved, we're gathered here. Oh, wait. Is that the funeral or the wedding? It's all kind of like the same thing because the preacher's there, something's ending, something's dying, something old, something borrowed, something blue. Who takes this woman to be holy matrimony? If anybody disagrees, speak now or forever hold your peace. I disagree, don't do it, don't do it. First of all, I would really like to start with the word marriage. The word itself does not ensure anything. It doesn't ensure commitment. It is a word. It's just a word, like dog, cat, and house. Marriage does not ensure anything. It's not the word marriage. It's your word in marriage. Your word, your commitment, your obligation to another individual that means and makes the marriage, not that word marriage. See, a lot of people feel like, well, since I married you, I don't have to do all that other stuff because I've married you. Haven't I proved it enough that I want to marry you by marrying you? It's not enough. It's not enough. It's not a spoken thing. It's an action. It's a daily action that has to be recommitted every single day. This is the main reason I say nobody should ever get married unless you're willing to recommit yourself to that marriage every single day. Every 24 hours, you got to recommit yourself to that. If you're not willing to do that, then I think that we should try to start working on just long-term commitments, monogamous relationships, but marriage itself might not be the way to go. You guys understand what I'm telling you? I really hope you do. So you don't have to be married to be committed. That's what you have to understand. To be committed, you don't have to be married. There's a lot of people that's been in committed relationships forever and never got married. Look at homosexuals. They're just recently start fighting for a right to be marriage, and it's got nothing to do with marriage. It has everything to do with business. All right, so like I mentioned before, the only really good reason to be married is for a business expense, right? I think for a tax write-off, that's why, like I mentioned before, homosexuals are fighting for the right to be married, not because they're not going to be, together forever, or they think that their partner don't love them. They know their partners love them. They're together. They're not worried about that. Those relationships last longer than a lot of marriages because they've already went against all the odds to be together. But so while they're fighting for the right to be married, taxes, right, will, it's a lot of different reasons paperwork-wise that you might want to be married. And if you ask me, business is the only reason, the best reason to ever get married. It's the best reason to get married. Let's take a look at Will Smith, Jay-Z, Will Smith. They both got married so that you wouldn't know they were gay. That was a good reason to get married, right? We both know that their women ain't their women, but that's okay. We're not tripping on that. Drake, he needs to hurry up and find a wife before everybody catch on to the fact. Michael Jackson almost pulled it off with the Deborah Rowe thing, but she looked kind of weird, you feel me? And it was a little too late, a little too little, you feel what I'm saying? Now, if Mike wanted to get my attention and prove to me that, he was kind of, what he was, he should have married 2 twins or some triplets or something crazy. He's Michael freaking Jackson. But those guys should be married. Regular people, don't get married if you think that I'm going to marry this woman and lock her down, because you can't babysit the booty. You can put a ring on her finger, you can buy her house, you can give her a car. But if she ain't committed, she ain't committed. Don't think just because you put a ring on your finger, you're going to be committed. You guys understand what I'm saying? I am married, but I'm not gay. I'm not blind. I love women. My wife knows I love women. She probably wouldn't have married me if I didn't love women. Do you understand what I'm saying? But this is my third marriage, like I mentioned before. So now I'm ready to be married. So is it for taxes? Who knows? I don't know. We got a great little arrangement there. She make money, I make money, we save money. Everything's fantastic. Do we love each other? Yeah, we were friends before that. But I did not marry this woman to lock her down, to keep anybody away from her, or anything crazy like that, you know? I would love to give her my last name because she gave me 2 babies, so that's a beautiful thing right there. But just marrying somebody to marry somebody because society say marry somebody, don't do it. Okay, let's face it. Marriage is not a bad thing. Marriage is not a good thing. Marriage is a thing. It's what we do with it, right? I'm telling you, never, ever, 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 ever get married if you believe that that's the solution. I believe marriage is kind of like a cherry on top. If you don't already have the banana split in half with the ice cream and the nuts and the whipped cream all over it, that cherry ain't going to make it a sundae. Do you understand what I'm telling you? It's not going to make it a sundae. And if you don't put the cherry on top, it's still a sundae. So that's what it is, right? You don't have to be married to be married. Don't get married just to say you're married. And don't get married just to have sex either. That's not a good reason to get married. Cut that out, right? But it's all good. Do what you want to do. I'm pro-choice, pro-life, right? I'm not pro, you got to do it, shotgun type, wedding type shit, you know, society. Don't listen to society. Society is always changing. Whatever that's acceptable right now, in 5 years will be like crazy and retarded. So let's just be crazy and retarded now and just do what we do. Let's do us. You ain't got to do it because they said you do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Never ever get married if somebody tell you to get married. Get married because you want to. But I wouldn't get married. Don't get married. Cut it out. All right, peace.